My name's Jeremy Kaplan. I'm from Brooklyn, New York.
All right, and why are you here in Philadelphia?
Why am I here? Basically because I supported Bernie Sanders for months and months, worked in 5 different states, and I'm really, really pissed off at the Democratic Party. I think there's a lot of problems with the Democratic Party, and trying to figure out what to do, whether we're going to be supporting Green Party or trying to fix the Democrats.
So
I think we got to do both.
So you're not sure who you'll vote for in November yet?
No, I'm definitely voting Jill Stein. In New York, there's no doubt I'll vote for Jill Stein.
Sure.
Everyone's talking about, oh, vote your conscience, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's what I want. Jill Stein, absolutely.
Why Stein?
Well, because the thing is, honestly, that's the closest to the sort of socialist platform that I'd like to see. So Stein's there. I mean, honestly, I don't think she's the best candidate, but I believe in a lot of her ideas.
What do you feel about these emails that just leaked? What's your feeling?
The emails basically just confirm what a lot of us thought all along, and it's so frustrating because for so many months people were calling Bernie people conspiracy theorists and all that kind of stuff, and then this comes out and confirms everything that we knew.
Skyler.
Skyler? Okay, where are you from?
Minnesota originally. I go to school in Boston right now.
What brings you to Philadelphia?
The convention.
Yeah, how's it been for you so far?
It's been pretty good. I've been participating in a lot of different rallies for Bernie, and then a lot of other issues that are important.
Mm-hmm. How do you feel about how things have gone with Bernie Sanders at the convention?
Honestly, I'm a little disappointed. I've been for Bernie the whole time, and so yeah. Just kind of disappointing overall.
Disappointing, sure. What about these emails that WikiLeaks just released? Have you looked at any of those? How do you feel about it?
I haven't read any of them specifically. I have obviously heard about the scandal. I think it's pretty disgraceful that that's something that really important people in the DNC were doing.
Yeah. All right. So who do you think you're going to vote for in November?
Well, unless Bernie's on the ticket, I'm probably going to vote for Jill Stein. I haven't completely decided yet, but I'm not going to vote for Hillary. I'm not going to vote for Trump. So.
All right, I know it's on you, but tell me your name and where you're from.
My name's Dale Axelrod. I'm from Petaluma, California. That's about 40 miles north of San Francisco. We have our own campaign headquarters in Petaluma, and I've been working hard for Bernie the whole 9 yards. Well, actually, it seems like a year or so since we had we've been feeling the burn. But I'm down here in Philadelphia. I'm originally from this area, and I'm pushing the fact that we really don't know whether Hillary Clinton actually won a lot of these primaries. The exit polls seem to be a lot different from what the reported tallies are. So the thing I'm pushing is that we really need to have audited elections. Here in Pennsylvania, we have, I shouldn't say we because I'm no longer here in the state, but they have all electronic machines. So there's no way to audit anything. In fact, the only way that you can audit an total electronic election is to ask the machine to say it again. There's no paper ballot backup that you can actually do a hand count on to see whether the reported tallies match the original actual votes. So it should be state by state. We're going to have to community organize, like Bernie says, and go state by state if we're going to have valid elections. And I think that election integrity is even more important than getting money out of politics, because you can have as much support like Bernie got with small donations and win the PR war, but if you have somebody in the back room that's got a key to flip the election one way or the other, you're going to still lose. So that's even more fundamental than having corporate power, corporate money removed from politics.
Yeah. So what do you think of the emails that leaked? Do you have a feeling on those?
I'm not surprised. I'm kind of puzzled by why Julian Assange waited till the last minute to release those things, but it just kind of points out, even though Hillary might have won overall because of the sort of complete head start that she had in this campaign, this really just once again points to the corruption and the level of corruption, not only through our whole corporate media but the Democratic Party is just as corrupt as the Republicans in many senses.
Yeah. Do you know who you're going to vote for in November?
Well, I'm in a safe California state. So I have my options open to vote Green or possibly vote for Hillary if I thought that it would really look dicey. I'm not definitely going to be weighing my options against what the chances are of Trump getting elected, because I think that kind of situation would just set us back 10 paces instead of setting us back 2 paces with Hillary.
All right, tell me your name.
Erica Kaplan.
And where are you from?
Philly.
Can you spell your last name for me too?
Catlin.
All right, and why are you here today?
I'm here because I have been sitting on my couch watching the internet and watching DNC on TV, and I hear a lot of yelling, and I know that there's a lot of disagreement, and I am yelling at my computer, and I decided to come down and have some real conversations with people, and I've been talking to a lot of Sanders supporters. Here's one of them. This is Gwen. We've been talking for probably a half hour at this point.
It may just be, I haven't really kept track of time, but I felt you were a Hillary supporter. It took a lot of courage to be here, and that I felt you had that courage and that wisdom to be able to interact with the Sanders voters. And Hillary really does. She needs to step up. She needs to find a way to really court us in a way that we're going to call her on it. We won't forget. And in 2 years, if we deliver her the House, or even really the Senate would probably be the one, but if we deliver her more of a majority in the House and the Senate, in 2 years we're going to be calling her on what we said. We're going to say, what happened here? This is not okay.
And I hope that my coming down here and talking with Bernie supporters is a part of that courtship, frankly, so that you understand that I'm a Clinton supporter. I'm a huge fan of Bernie Sanders. I know that the amazing progressive platform that we've gotten at the DNC is very much because of the Bernie Sanders supporters and Bernie Sanders as an activist. I think he's right on just about everything. But we're 3 days away from a general election, and Trump does scare me. I think that there's a stark difference between the Democrats and the Republicans in their platforms. I think in what they've been doing for the last 20 years, and in Donald Trump even versus Hillary Clinton. So I'm trying to have civil, even warm conversations with people. I think that usually we agree on 95%. Usually we're in total agreement on policy and just differences of strategy. But here's
the process. The process and how you get done.
Yes. And here's
is very different. Hillary's got her lobbyists who pay her all sorts of money. She's got all sorts of pay to play going on, and that's how she gets her stuff done. And personally, we need a constitutional amendment that no one can lobby. Nobody can get any source of anything of any value from another person. In fact, any local, any Senate or Congress people should be talking only to their constituents, because anybody else they don't represent. Only the president should talk to other people.
So it seems like it's been pretty respectful so far for you, huh?
Yeah, we've been having good conversations. And here's
She's
what
actually influencing.
And likewise, actually. Here's what I hope. I mean, I just heard that Clinton got the nomination based on the roll call, which just happened, and I know that that's going to be disappointing for a lot of people here. And I hear that, and I know that they got to feel that. My hope is that next year we can have a Democratic president, an amazing progressive platform that citizens are really advocating for, a liberal majority in the Senate, a liberal majority on the Supreme Court, and we might have the Senate next year with leaders like Warren and Sanders and Brown leading a liberal charge out of the Democratic Party. So I hope that that's what we get out of this. Because honestly, as a Clinton supporter, talking to Sanders supporter, we don't disagree on policy, we just disagree on strategy. And where we are moving forward, I think that we can do it.
I'd love to hear from you first, and then Gwen, what do you think about all those emails that leak? What's your take on the emails?
I think that they are shameful but not damning. There are thousands of them, so I can't read through all of them, and I think that people are getting information about them from different sources. I think that they clearly reveal bias, and that's true. I think they reveal some inappropriate banter in a professional email environment. I also think that since Sanders came in as an independent into the Democratic Party right before he ran, he did come in to a certain extent as an outsider, and if there's some bias for that, I can understand where people are coming from, but I didn't see anything that led to evidence of any kind of systematic rigging of the election. So I think it's shameful and embarrassing. I think that Washington Schultz needs to go down for that. I don't think it in any way undermines Clinton's election, though.
What do you think of the emails, Gwen?
I think it's really poor judgment. I think that Hillary has a pattern of having very poor judgment, and then what she does is she goes, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. That's not adequate to me. You don't, when you're in a position of power, I know that I never send personal emails through my business email. I just don't do it. It's bad practice. So I'm getting really tired of I made a mistake. But you want to be the president of the United States, but you made a mistake? How come you were making so many mistakes that are clearly a mistake of judgment, and we're going to let you run the free world?